And let's get into the racial component right quick. I know that you're not, qualified to speak on this.
I said, listen, you know what? I don't want to get banned.
So yeah. So I'm gonna pivot and talk about Chris Rock for a second. Okay. Number one, I got to give this man a shit ton of respect.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people probably are not thinking about is that Chris Rock is looking at the situation. He knows that people have been wanting to slap the shit out of him for probably 50 years. Okay. He knows this. Okay. Because he knows when he was in school, his mouth probably got him in trouble, all those kinds of things. Right. But the thing that I found to be most impressive is that he took a step back. He paused. He thought about what he was going to do next, what he was going to say next. Because people don't understand, Chris Rock can defend himself very, very well if he wanted to. But I think that he understood that there is a racial implication to this. Because if Chris Rock would have defended himself, remember, he was the attacked, he was the aggrieved here. Nobody would really care so much that Chris Rock was defending himself. They would have said, look, those are two niggas on stage.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, two black men, two rich black men having a nigga moment. And my black people know what the fuck I'm talking about. Most people in the world would have said, oh, there go them black guys. There go those black men again.
No,
absolutely.
No, dude, listen.
If they get into a fight on the stage at the Academy Awards, they would look at them niggas over there.
No, listen, I'm not saying.
And I think Chris Rock knew that.
Listen, I'm not naive to say that there's not some ignorant people that will say that, be like, oh, they would have that line of thought. But bro, most people be like, yo, you gonna smack me, man? Fuck you. And
if it was two white men up there, that would be the first thought.
No. I just think no, I don't think so. I think there's gonna be that small sect. I get what you're saying, but to me,
traditionalist, he disagrees. He says maybe Alabama would. I'm telling you guys, I've been black for almost 40 years, and I've seen a lot of situations where if the races were different, the perception of it would have been different. I had to talk with my guy Louis Rossman about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, and he disagreed with me. And the only thing I can think of is if the kid with the gun, who was underage with a gun in a state he didn't live in, had a weapon out in the streets and he was black, how would that have gone over in Middle America in the Bible Belt?
Bro,
everybody defended this kid, right?
Look,
but if it was a black kid in Chicago, which is also in the Midwest, not far from when that whole debacle, they're not that far from Wisconsin. If a black kid at age 17 has a handgun because he knows that somebody is out to get him and he shoots in self-defense, and he knows people are coming after him because he lives in a bad neighborhood, Are white people going to say, well, he did the right thing, it was self-defense? No, it's another nigga with a gun.
Okay, I don't want to make this into that discussion because I think that we could actually flush this out far better in a different episode, but I'm just going to...
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if Chris Rock defends himself and they get into a brawl and security has to come converge and pull two black men off of each other, people are going to make it a racial issue. Absolutely.
I don't think anyone with some common sense sees.
Who has any fucking common sense? People actually think Will Smith was defending honor. The nigga laughed first.
Bro, I'm just saying, I think if optically that happened, I know myself and I know pretty much everyone I know would be like, yo, he smacked Chris Rock. Yo, you're gonna, start shit. Well, you gotta be about it. Let's be real. I think Chris Rock would have probably washed him. I just think that, I don't agree. I get your understanding. I get your feelings regarding that, but I don't think, is there going to be that some assholes in Alabama when they're fucking their cousins probably thinking that type of shit? Probably. But
How many Republicans still say that January 6th was not a plot to overthrow the government? It was not an insurrection. It was a peaceful protest. How many Republicans have you heard say that?
How many Democrats throw a lot of the controversies around Biden and Hunter that has been flushed out with Burisma?
And that's half the fucking country. Don't give me some Alabama bullshit. A lot of people would be on that bullshit. That is my fucking point.
Listen, I think the majority of human beings, because you can't do politics because we both know both parties will fucking fight for something they know is inherently wrong just because that's what their side views.
That's my point.
But I think most human beings would look at a situation with a conflict and be like, yo. I'll be straight. Like, hey, we're not doing it here. But like, let's get it back. Let's get more back onto the point of Chris Rock. I think how he handled that shit was like a G.
Yeah, he was a fucking G.
And like, he took a step back. He's like, wow, dude, it's a joke. It's a G.I. Jane joke. And then like, oh, he might my name out your mouth. And he's like,
stop talking about my mom.
Yeah, bro, like,
I love you, Mike Chiesa. Michael Chiesa, I love you, but I gotta invoke it.
Bro, but he's like, this is like the greatest moment in Oscars history, like or television history.
Yeah.
Like, he handled that shit. And like the thing is, now Chris Rock has so much comedic like jokes right from this shit. Like I just can't wait for his next stand-up if he does one soon, because we all know those jokes are coming.
Yeah. But another thing too that you guys aren't understanding is that if I'm thinking it, other black people are thinking it too. So it's not just the white people, because I know you might be thinking, oh, it's white people looking at black people like that. And yes, that would be the case. But we collectively as a community would know, wow, another L for the black community out in public. You can't take niggas nowhere. I mean, that is an infamous phrase in our community for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying. I don't want to make this completely.
When you go out to a restaurant and you hear somebody yelling real loud in the restaurant and you go to turn, who are you expecting?
A fat Italian. Because like where I live, bro, they don't shut the fuck up. I'm trying to eat. I'm just saying. Bro, am I wrong? Because
but Italians are known as the what of white people.
Okay, fucking Bartholomew, I'm trying to eat a like, shut the fuck up, dude.